Hi, I'm Caitlin. I vlog about my life with thymic cancer. I am on a clinical trial at the moment. However, it has been causing me a little bit of grief by giving me arthritis, and that has been a little bit crippling in some areas. So I often will have to go on steroids to counteract that. However, the steroids keep on getting higher and higher and less responsive. So the last time I rang my doctor, he all of a sudden was getting concerned and said he wasn't sure whether we would continue on the trial. So I was feeling really nervous. I had to go down to Brisbane regardless to get some steroids for the arthritis.
Okay, sorry about that. I am always just trying to find little places where I can edit and then little places where I can film dialogue, and I had a bit of time and then it got noisy. So here I am a couple of days later in a quieter place, and to continue on with the story, I needed to go down to Brisbane to receive the steroids regardless of whether I was going to continue on the trial, because I needed those steroids to try and get the arthritis back under control. I had to travel to Brisbane to receive the steroids because I received them through IV, because I just needed that high hit of the steroids and more than just a oral prednisone. So that's why I was making my way down to Brisbane. But I was traveling down feeling very nervous because my doctor had said that he wasn't comfortable with the steroids, and I wasn't sure once I got there and had a talk with him in person that we were going to say that this is the end of the trial. So I got down there, I had my appointment with him, and as I will explain, he said very seriously that he wasn't taking this lightly. And then as we were talking through, he said he would ring the sponsors of the trial in America and have a chat with them and find out their perspective, because he was worried about the efficacy of the trial as well, given that I kept on needing more and more steroids. And I was kind of like, I think I could hold out. I was wrong. I think I can hold out because it was really bad and then it backed off. But what I'm finding now is once the arthritis starts, it's going to be there. So I should just get in and deal with it. So he went away. I started treatment, and we will take it from there in the video.
Well, all hooked up again, and up there is my steroids. I've been so nervous about getting pulled off the trial, but my doctor just came and he said that I'm still on the trial. He rang the sponsors in America and they're happy to keep monitoring it with steroids, and yeah, I'll just keep pantoprazole to keep the stomach lining safe. And yeah, I know that it's dangerous having steroids, but it's dangerous not also. So that's where I'm at the moment. And in the meantime, in they go.
Now, the good thing about getting steroids this time, I have got steroids at 2 o'clock on Thursday, which is today, and 3 o'clock on Friday. And thankfully, the sponsors of the trial have said that I can stay overnight. So I've got accommodation, got the beautiful Brisbane River right there. I don't know if you can see it. And if I go this way, that is where it says the Mater Medical Centre. That's exactly where I receive my treatment. It's rush hour at the moment. I don't know if I'm showing you that, but I'm very thankful to not have to drive back tonight. My sister drove me down today. We had lunch together, which was lovely. And I think at this stage, Alex will come and grab me tomorrow. I do need to organise for children to get picked up from youth So now that I've just remembered that, I probably should go and do it. I'll show you the inside first. And this is inside the room. As you can see, I have been here and have got all my stuff laying out, but it's just a plain, simple room. That is actually a really comfy chair. My sister said that it was a comfy chair. And, you know, just so you know what the bathroom looks like. Only way it could be improved is a bath. Being all on my own, I'll talk to you in the mirror. Being all on my own, I would have loved to just have a nice, quiet, relaxing bath. But anyway, I am still going to enjoy just being on my own for the night. And this time without me there. Here's my view from my little balcony. That's where I go in through that door. So weird eating by myself, and I've come to the wrong restaurant because I've come to a Spanish restaurant. The main plates are really expensive and the tapas I need to share with somebody. I really love pork belly. It's one of my favourite foods, so it does look delicious at least. I just got a splinter trying to pull that guy out of there. And some potatoes. And a splinter, which you probably can't see. And here's the view of my balcony at night. Over there's the Story Bridge, all lit up in green. Over here, I am being very snoopy. I told you I'm snoopy. And I'm watching some of the people in there. Trying to do it surreptitiously. Yay, doing the little things that I don't really have time to do at home. Clay mask. So yesterday I bought a yogurt to eat after dinner, and then when I got back to the hotel I realized I didn't have any teaspoons with, you know, normally they have the coffee and tea and glassware, which they do, but this is my problem today. When I went to make myself a cup of tea, I realized that they only had these tiny fancy like espresso cups for the Nespresso, so they didn't have much of a selection here, so they're all the same. But for those of us who don't like coffee, let alone Nespresso, they've only got the tiny cups. They've got the wine cups and the tumblers. So I was going to make myself a nice French Earl Grey because I had a tea bag in my handbag, because I've always got that for emergencies. Instead, I've just made 2 tiny cups of chamomile tea, and I'm about to have that with a bicky. So that's my trial of the day. The other trial of the day is my cheeks are burning red, which steroids do to me. Didn't have the best night. I kept on getting hot. The air conditioner in here keeps turning off, which is really irritating. So I kind of kept on waking up, but luckily I could get back to sleep often enough. And then I woke up, I don't know, around 6 o'clock or whatever, and I hadn't slept enough. So I just drew the curtains tighter, put an eye mask on, got back to sleep for a bit longer, and haven't left the room, even though, yeah, anyway, I haven't left the room, and I will go down and just have a late lunch. I bought some fruit yesterday and a juice. So that's been my breakfast. I've got a late checkout, so I just wanted to take advantage of that. Then so I'll check out at 12, which is in half an hour. Then I've got 3 hours before my treatment. And then Alex isn't probably going to get here down there till 6. So the treatment could be, over at 4, and I'll still have time to kill, which is fine. But yeah, we'll see how we go. But I'm enjoying having my own time. You know, mums don't get to do this. So I've listened to a book, I've read a book, I've done a video edit, I've downloaded videos for the next video edit. Yeah, so it's been good. Okay, here's my little tea party. Because I'm feeling a bit nervous because the sugar actually makes the arthritis stir up. So I feel like just a taste is enough, and I'm going to leave it at that to give the steroids their best opportunity to work.
Okay, I'm in search of lunch, but I think I might go across the bridge into the city because I had lunch at South Bank yesterday. And sorry, there's a lot of noise. I'll show you where the man-made beach is normally. It's all messed up from the cyclone, so they're still fixing that up. Yeah, last time I was here they had some markets over the other side of the bridge and saw a German sausage. I love a good sausage. So I might see if they're there. You can see there's no water in that beach, so they're all cleaning it up. And there's the closed beach. No water. I think there's water on the other side maybe. It's a bit easier to clean when it doesn't have the sand in it, I guess. So those people are enjoying. It's 25 degrees here in Brisbane. Lovely autumn day. I just quickly asked Siri and Siri said that is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Taking the rainforest walk, and I stopped. I got my microphone, which I really should have had on with that noisy stuff over at the lagoon. But anyway, just trying to make the most of the several hours I've got to kill. This is leftover. This original site was cleared from a wharf site for World Expo. And this was the Nepalese pavilion, which was just too ornate to not keep. There's somebody in there, so I won't go in and show you. It's just another god, it's a temple. Well, this has been under construction for a while, but it's done now, which is lovely. It's a bit hot, so I've just gone to the chemist and I have got some face moisturiser, which also will be good for Imogen because she needs it when she's playing soccer. She got a little bit burnt last week. And I've got Band-Aids because I'm getting a blister on my foot. There it is. Ouch. I have been wandering around the hedges looking for lunch. Anyway, I've decided on Korean. Look at this. There's a drawer with cutlery. Oh, I think I'm eating with chopsticks today. I'm not the best at eating with chopsticks. There's a spoon but no fork. Anyway, I think it will be very tasty. Cheeks are still red and flushed, and yeah, waiting to be called to get the steroids. Alex has come to pick me up.
Yep.
And now we're gonna go look at the dumpling place before going back to the kids.
Yep. Doing a bit of business.
So home last night from Brisbane after getting the steroids for the past 2 days. My face is nice and red. My eyes are just watering non-stop. I only got 4 hours sleep because I got steroids at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm feeling pretty crap, but here I am at the soccer fields. It's Imogen's soccer. I'm waiting for it to begin. They're doing warm-ups over there. I left a little bit too much time to get there. I thought that it would take 20 minutes, but apparently it only took 10 minutes to get to this oval. So I stopped in and got a chai latte at a place where I've heard that they have really good coffee. Turns out coffee must be their specialty, not chai latte. It was not a good chai latte, but anyway. Yes, so just waiting for the game to begin. Look at that. Can you see? I've got it, yeah, a tear streaming down my face because my eyes are just stinging. And yesterday, can you see how like that's got like little bumps there? It's only very little. Just goes to show that the arthritis is still there. Yesterday while I was getting the infusion, all of a sudden my hand began to ache. And I thought, well, this is this is supposed to be making this better. It's just so strange that it's starting to ache during me receiving the steroids. And it's just continued to ache the whole time. So I've gone up to 100 milligrams and I'm supposed to take for 3 days and then check in with my doctor on Monday. So I'm wondering if this is still aching on Monday, whether he'll probably increase the steroids, which will mean it will take even longer before I get back on the trial. Because, yeah, the first day it went so well and I'm like, I might actually get back on the trial in 4 weeks because there has to be a minimum of a 4-week break. But normally I've taken always at least 6 weeks, if not more, to get back on the trial. So that's depressing, but hopefully it won't go up to like 200 milligrams of steroids like last time. So anyway, it's the state of affairs on Saturday morning in Toowoomba for me. Go Imogen. Oh, nice.
Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to finish the video here. It's the natural break point on what was happening. Have you noticed sometimes, because I film the intros and outros and anything in between at different points in time, sometimes you can kind of get a little glimpse of what is happening in the future while I'm telling you about what was happening on the occasion that we're discussing in the actual video. And I don't know if any of you have noticed that my face is fairly round at the moment, which goes to show I was definitely on those IV steroids, have continued to be on steroids and all types of things unraveling. So that's where the next part of the story is going to continue. So please keep an ear out, put a subscribe button on if you want to hear, well, press the subscribe button and put that little bell button on if you want to stay up to date. Yeah, and see those videos when they come in. But for the meantime, give me a like and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for following along.